invaded dog zone. Vital signs critical. Agent out of action. Agent deceased.
All right, bud.
Now entering an invaded dog zone. Rogue Stinger Hive detected. Rogue agent neutralized.
Oh hey, didn't see you there. Wait, yes I did, because you walked through my tier 0 Stinger Hive, and now you're dead. GG's. Hey everyone, RogueGold here, and today we're going to be taking a look at an incredible counter to one of the current metas, that being skill builds and status effects. Whether you're coming across something like the all too commonly used Stinger Hive, an artillery turret, or just any deployable skill, this can swiftly and easily decimate them, which in turn cripples the user's options and sends them into a panic. Unlike the Jammer Pulse, which, besides hazard protection, is just about the only widely used counter to these meta builds, this skill fully destroys enemy skills, instantly. It doesn't just disable them for a short window like the Jammer does, no, this gets the job done. And also unlike the Jammer, where you have to invest a bit into skill tiers for it to disable enemy skills for any considerable length of time, you barely have to invest into skills for this to wipe out your enemy's most lethal and cheesiest tools. Quickly before we jump into it, feel free to leave a comment down below letting me know if you've used this tactic already, what use you've gotten from it, or if you found any other good counters to this skill and status meta that you think others could benefit from. That being said, let's continue. Alright, so what is this skill that I'm hyping up so much? It's probably one that you've only ever given a glance, that is if you even have it unlocked. It's the Demolisher Firefly, and this thing comes ready to play. Funny story, the way I actually discovered this thing's potency was when I equipped it to help get the weak point kill challenge done in the recent reanimated global event. And that's when I struck gold. You probably wouldn't notice it at first glance, but when you take a look at the stats for this thing, do you see anything out of the ordinary? No? Take a look at the PvP damage. Alright, now the regular damage. That's right, unlike the vast majority of the other skills in our arsenal, this thing actually gets buffed in PvP by 2 times the damage. That's pretty insane. Not only is this PvP buff crazy in concept, but its damage output compared to the other skills' health is pretty crazy as well. Like I was saying earlier, you can use this thing at tier 0 like I did in the opening clip and still take out some pretty powerful stationary skills, like the Stinger Hive among others. Let's see by exactly how much. Alright, so I have some test loadouts saved here so that we can see just how effective this Firefly would really be in some realistic scenarios. If we go to this first one, it's an all red build, just straight DPS. This is literally the absolute weakest we can make this Firefly if you were to just slap it onto a random build as a counter. If we take a look at it, it's still doing 3.3 million damage in PvP. That's pretty insane. Alright, so now that we have that 3.3 million baseline, let's go to my next loadout. This isn't optimized or specialized towards a Stinger Hive per se, but I just want to demonstrate the health differences. If we go and take a look at it, the Stinger Hive has only 3.5 million health at tier 5. That means a tier 0 Demolisher Firefly would almost one-shot it. And if you had like one roll of skill damage on your build, or you were simply running Technician, or just had one skill tier already on your setup, it would indeed one-shot a tier 5 Stinger. That's nuts. Last, let's just quickly look at this third loadout that I have saved, and it's an artillery turret, which is also a relatively popular stationary skill in PvP. Now this thing is definitely a bit tankier. At 3 skill tiers, its health is clocking in at just under 3.3 million, which again is that tier 0 Demolisher Firefly damage value. So while it's certainly a bit more tanky, if you spec into it at all on your Demolisher, you could certainly deal considerable damage to these as well. So yeah guys, that was a look at what at least I think is a widely unknown counter to the current meta we're facing, one that I think could easily and cleverly be utilized by the community to make some really awesome support builds, and like I said, counters to the status effect meta. And clearly the Demolisher Firefly skill goes far beyond just dealing with Stinger Highs. It can deal considerable damage to any stationary skills as well as NPC weak points, so it could be very useful in those situations as well. The possibilities are pretty broad, and I'm sure with this knowledge being out there, the community will make them even broader. That's going to be all for today guys. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you can be updated every time I upload. Be sure to tell everyone you play with about this tactic, whether you refer them to the video or not. I just think it's crucial that as many people know about this skill as possible so that we can have a more fair PvP environment and where there's actual counters to the various build types, and in this instance, metas. That's going to do it y'all. Once again, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Until the next one guys, RogueGold, out.